Money Monday, a segment here at 4 o'clock where we talk about easy to understand ways to navigate our finances. Here to help us out is financial expert and our good friend Paul Hood from Hood CPAs. Paul, how was your Thanksgiving, my friend?
It was outstanding. Ate way too much, laid around. Now I had to spend extra time on the treadmill.
That sounds perfect. Yeah. It doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't.
Good to see you this afternoon. I want to start with Sherry. Sherry writes in asking you, my kids and their families are visiting for the holiday, so I know our grocery bill is going to skyrocket next month. Do you have any recommendations for grocery shopping on a budget?
Sure. Hey, Sherry. So, yeah, we want our budgets to be as rigid as possible, but you have to build in some flexibility. Rigid meaning, we're going to spend so much because the power of a budget is controlling your money, telling your money where to go, or predetermining how you're going to spend money. And there's always going to be spikes. There's going to be times when things are out of control. Sometimes months have more days in them. So, you do the best you can. Now, one thing I would say, Sherry, is we, and I struggle with this, is when us as parents, when do we stop paying for everything? So there's nothing wrong for the holidays to have the kids bring a dish, or even send them the ingredients to bring. So if they insist on you cooking, because I'm sure you're the best cook they've ever had, is they could bring the ingredients. So don't feel bashful or feel bad about sharing that cost over the holidays.
All right, next, a debate for the ages. Rob writes in saying, my wife and I are debating whether or not we should buy a real Christmas tree or a fake one. I think buying a real tree is throwing away money. A fake one seems like an investment. What are your thoughts, Paul?
Well, I think it's a preference. I think the costs are pretty close to the same. Now, we've got at our house, we have like 8 Christmas trees. So obviously they're all fake. And, one's like, 50 feet tall. It's massive. So maybe not that tall. But anyway, even a fake tree isn't it has a life that where it's going to go bad. So yeah, I think long-term wise, it's better to get a fake tree than a real one. Plus, you're not cutting down a tree outside. Trees are good for the environment. But I really think it's a preference. If you're talking purely budget, purely money, then the fake one's probably better. But it's Christmas. It's time to enjoy, and sometimes those real ones, the smell and everything, create great memories.
Last question goes to Pamela. Pamela says, my kids are home from college for Christmas break and I want them to get jobs. They all have student loans and aren't really trying to pay them off. How do I explain the importance of paying off these loans? Paul, up north, we shovel snow for extra cash around this time of year. What can we do around here?
Well, and I kind of have mixed feelings about this, because if your kids are in college and they're working hard, we all need a vacation. We need some time off. We need some downtime. Now, that doesn't mean they just come and lay around and let you take care of them around the house. So, if they're home for a couple of weeks, whether they have a job or not, the overall impact isn't that big of a deal. But it is good for them to teach them to, again, I would teach them primarily to save. So if you work, when they work, to save 10 to 15, 20% of what they make, and then have a lifestyle that they try to stay on under 70% of what they make. So, yeah, it's really a preference to you over the holidays. They should help out around the house and all of that. And if they can get some odd jobs, that's great. I don't know if the financial impact of them having a job for 2 weeks or not is going to be that big of a deal. But, you're the mom, you're the boss, get it done.
Give them an allowance. Right?
Yeah.
Have them work around the house.
I wouldn't give them allowance. I'd make them work for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or have them Uber for a couple of weeks. That'll work too.
Heck yeah. That could be her vacation, her time off. They come home and do some of the work she's having to do for them.
Oh, man. All right, Paul, good to see you. If you're watching right now, you have a financial question you'd like for us to chat about next Monday, just send in your question right now to monday@griffin.news.